All right, how are we looking now? Do we have sound on board? Once we transition to the basketball court, there should be sound coming in. And now we have the court. Okay, great. So far, almost so good because I got through the opening scene and then I did not have the microphone live on the face shot. You probably didn't want to see the face shot anyways. So we'll start it from the top. Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. We are coming to you live tonight from the Dave Cave with action from the 1970-71 Epic Basketball League using Action PC Basketball. Tonight's matchup features a Silver Division contest as the division-leading Phoenix Suns host the struggling Detroit Pistons. The Suns are led by the dynamic backcourt duo of Dick Van Arsdale and Clem Haskins. Van Arsdale is off to a hot start. He stands fifth in the league in scoring at 25.5 points per game through the first four games. Unfortunately, Phoenix will be without the services of All-Star Connie Hawkins, who is out of commission due to injury. Dave Bing leads the Pistons, along with Jimmy Walker and the rookie Big Bob Lanier. It will be a battle of the backcourts here tonight. But before we get started, let me give a shout out to everybody in the chat room. I see the original Grognard here, Bob's Tabletop Sports, and a disreputable character by the name of Chris Little, who is my 24-year-old son. So everybody say hello to Chris, who is a basketball fan and a freshman basketball coach. And I was just texting with him a few minutes ago and said, hey, you got to check out what's happening on my YouTube channel. And a shout out to anybody else who is in the chat room and has not spoken up yet. I bet if I hit the right buttons, I can see we've got 4 folks watching right now. And welcome one and all. And a special shout out to the whole streaming community. This is my second basketball game and my third live stream altogether. And thanks to the original Grognard, Devin, who helped me get started with this in game 1, and Bob for the inspiration to run this league. This will be a 20-game league with a relegation format that I stole without shame from Bob and some of the work that he has done. Ron Juckett has been a good fan of the channel and a good friend, and I've learned a lot from watching his broadcasts. And Ron did a great stream the other day about why we do this streaming stuff. And I'll tell you a little bit about why I stream. I am 54 years old now, about to be 55. And I was having a conversation at work with some coworkers, and one of the coworkers said to me, you know, Dave, my secret to staying young is to always challenge yourself physically and cognitively. And so what new challenge could there be cognitively but to learn some new skills in streaming? I've been watching Bob Hansen, I've been watching Steve Tower, Ron Juckett, a lot of great streamers, Al Red Sox fan online, the original Grognard Devin, and I figured this would be a fun new skill to pick up just to keep myself sharp. The other new skill I'm about to pick up, so if I disappear suddenly from the streaming world, it's because the physical skill I've decided to pick up is Taekwondo. And beginning next Monday night, I am going to take my first Taekwondo lesson. And so if I disappear from the face of the earth, it's because some black belt got hold of me, and that's all for Dave. I do know that Bob Hansen is a black belt. Maybe I should bring him along as my bodyguard for learning Taekwondo. In any event, this is a new skill. It's taken me some time to learn how to operate all the equipment, and I'm still learning, as you could tell from tonight's intro. So any feedback from anybody in the chat room or anybody who wants to leave comments is more than welcome. I am delighted to hear my voice is too loud, my voice is too soft, I'm boring, whatever the case may be. No criticism is too harsh. I'm here to learn new things and appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. So, that having been said, let's get started with tonight's game. Here are your starting lineups. First for Detroit, at guard in his 5th year from Syracuse, the All-Star Dave Bing. Also in the backcourt, number 24, Jimmy Walker. At 6'8" tall, we have Erwin Muller. And it looks like we are getting started already. Phoenix is starting Haskins and Van Arsdale in the backcourt. John Wetzel at the small forward replacing Connie Hawkins. Paul Silas at the power forward, one of the best rebounders in the league. And at 6'10", Neil Walk is under the post. And Walk controls the jump for Phoenix. We are all set to go. So everybody relax, grab yourself a cold one, and enjoy the game. Phoenix setting up the offense. Looks inside to Bob Walk. Walk inside, posting up Lanier. His shot is off the back iron, but it is Van Arsdale with the offensive rebound, and he kicks it back out for Phoenix. They're going to look right back inside to Walk in the low post. He shoots, he scores. And it is 2-0 Phoenix. Coming back the other way, it's Big Bob Lanier on the post against Walk. And Walk swats that one away. It's rebounded by Wetzel, but there is a loose foul on the play on Dischinger. And Van Arsdale will be at the line shooting one. And Al Red Sox fan has joined us in the chat. Welcome, Al. Good to see you. Van Arsdale hits the free throw, and it's now 3-0 Phoenix. And Detroit coming back the other way. They're going to try their look inside with Dischinger against Paul Silas. A tough matchup, but Dischinger manages to hit from in close, and it is a 3-2 ball game. Coming back, Phoenix, still working that post. Walk finds Silas, but it's turned over out of bounds, and it is Detroit ball. Detroit coming back the other way. Jimmy Walker has a mismatch on the outside against Wetzel. He drives to the basket, but he loses it off his foot and out of bounds to Phoenix. Phoenix has Silas available on the post. Not a good pass. It is stolen away by Muller, and it will be a fast break for Detroit. Dave Bing leads the break. He pulls up and hits the pop-up jumper for 2, and Detroit takes its first lead of the ball game. Phoenix now working the ball inside. Silas in the paint, rises up, nothing but the bottom of the net. Detroit coming back, 10 minutes to go, just getting things underway in the first quarter. Bing finds Lanier on the paint. Short shot is up, no good. Bing with the offensive rebound, and he pulls it back out front. Jimmy Walker is available on the wing. He drives. Silas cuts him off. Shot no good, and it's Clem Haskins with the rebound, and Phoenix will run. Phoenix runs the break, led by Haskins, 4-on-3. Haskins lays it up. It is blocked by Mueller, and Wetzel gets the offensive board. Passes it over to Haskins. Haskins takes a shot, but we have double fouls, and the play is whistled dead. The 2 point guards, Bing and Haskins, tied up out on the post, and it will be Phoenix inbounding on the baseline when we resume. Wetzel throws it in, and he finds Haskins out on top. Haskins shoots the jump shot awkwardly, no good. Rebound Silas inside. Silas with the putback. He can't get it to fall, and Bing comes away with it for the Pistons. Dave Bing is coming back the other way. He's going to take the jump shot off the side of the rim, but he is fouled by Neil Walk, and Bing will take one shot. They had some unusual free throw rules at this point in the NBA. We see a lot of these one-shot fouls, and later in the game we'll see a 2 to make 1 or a 3 to make 2. But right now it is going to be Bing at the free throw line. In real life, a 79% free throw shooter. He puts it up and good, and we are tied with 9:10 to play. Dick Van Arsdale is going to get his first touch for Phoenix. His shot is up no good, but once again it's Silas with the rebound. Silas on the putback, nothing but net. 4 points, 2 rebounds in the early going for Paul Silas. Off to a good start for the Suns. Detroit coming back the other way. Looks for Lanier in the lane. He lays it up and good. And once again, we are tied. Coming back to Phoenix. Haskins passes to Walk. Walk back to Haskins on the give and go, but he can't hit the layup. He is fouled on the play by Bob Lanier. First personal on Lanier, third team foul, and Haskins will shoot 2. Haskins, 78.4% shooter in the regular season in 70-71, but he misses the first. And the second shot is good. Detroit's coming back the other way. It's going to be Jimmy Walker on the wing. Looking for some dynamite. Walker to Bing. Bing to Walker, drives baseline, and Walker loses it out of bounds. It will be Phoenix ball coming back with a 1-point lead. Phoenix looks around the perimeter. They get the ball to Van Arsdale. He's available for a shot. Shoots the leaner. The circus shot is up, and it is good. Coming back for Detroit, it's Bing to Walker, back to Bing. Bing outside off the highest screen and roll. Passes to Walker. Walker from the key is up and good. Jimmy Walker, 25 points in the last game against Seattle. Phoenix coming back is going to look down low. They can't find Walk. It's Wetzel on the jump shot, no good, but he is fouled by Lanier, and that is Lanier's second. Wetzel to the line to shoot 2. First shot is up and good. And now we're going to have a substitution. It's going to be Otto Moore entering the game to replace Bob Lanier with the 2 fouls. Second shot for Wetzel is up and good, and Phoenix is back up by 3. Dave Bing on the top of the key. Fires a tough shot, but he hits nothing but the bottom of the net. And that is 5 points here for Bing in the early going, and Detroit is back to within 1. Phoenix trying to get Van Arsdale going. Their leading scorer. On the perimeter, drives to the basket, lays it up and good. And as predicted, we are seeing a lot of activity out of both backcourts. Here's Jimmy Walker. Jump shot around the rim, trickles out, and it goes out of bounds to Phoenix. Phoenix works the ball around the perimeter to Wetzel in the corner. Wetzel over to Walk, but it's out of bounds, and that's a turnover on Phoenix. Detroit will bring it back the other way. Once again, Jimmy Walker is taking the offense. He sets and fires from outside, and it is good. A dynamite shot for Jimmy Walker, and once again the Pistons are within 1. Phoenix coming back once again with Van Arsdale. He shoots the jumper, nothing but the bottom of the net. You can't leave that man open because he will bury it. It is Jimmy Walker again. It's been a duel between Walker and Van Arsdale. This time Walker can't hit. Silas on the rebound. And it is a fast break coming back, Van Arsdale, but he's only got Neil Walk with him, the center, who's not much of a threat on the fast break. So Van Arsdale is going to pull it back. And he is going to take the ball in against Walker on the perimeter. And his jump shot once again is good. Dick Van Arsdale is off to a hot start with 9 points now in the early going. And he leads all scorers as Phoenix has stretched the lead to 5 points. Coming back now, they look to Otto Moore down on the post. He is going to hit the turnaround jumper. He fakes up, rises up, no good. Moore gets his own rebound. His putback attempt is up, and again it is off the rim. Dischinger with the rebound, and he passes it back out on top. They're going to work it back into Terry Dischinger inside. Oh, and it's taken away by Clem Haskins, and Phoenix will come back the other way. Phoenix looking around the perimeter. Silas has the ball on the post. He doesn't see much to do against Dischinger, so he passes it down into Walk on the post, and Walk has a mismatch against Dave Bing, so Walk is going to turn around and take the shot. Shot clock winding down, and he gets nothing but the bottom of the net. Give the assist to Clem Haskins on that play. Coming back for Detroit, it's going to be Dischinger with the ball in close, lays it up no good. Loose ball foul on Otto Moore, and that is his first. 4 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the first quarter, and both teams are going to look to the bench for the very first time. Looks like Mueller is in rough shape here for the Pistons, so we will bring in Bob Quick to replace Mueller, second-year man out of Xavier. We're going to take this opportunity also to give Dave Bing a blow and bring in Howie Comives. And everybody else is in reasonably good shape here for Detroit. Let's see what Phoenix is going to do with their bench. Wetzel is tired, and they're going to bring in Joe Thomas. And the sixth-man Mel Counts is coming into the low post. And we're going to bring Fred Taylor in for Dick Van Arsdale. Fred Taylor is a rookie on this Phoenix team. Not to be confused with Fred Taylor, who was the Ohio State coach back in the early 60s. I originally made that mistake. Also not to be mistaken for Fred Taylor, the running back, who I ran across many pictures of while I was looking for this headshot of Fred Taylor, the rookie basketball player to put into the program for Action PC Basketball. So we've got a few subs in play, and we've got a ball game here to get back to with Paul Silas at the free throw line, and he hits the free throw to put Phoenix up by 8. Phoenix taking control here in the late first quarter. Detroit looking for an opportunity to score. Jimmy Walker is still the main man out on the court. He's going to be the source of most of their points here, but he cannot find a shot. Dissinger to Comives on the left wing, and Comives cannot hit the jumper. Mel Counts with the rebound coming back for Phoenix. Phoenix has Clem Haskins still working the point. 18 feet away, the shot is up no good, but the foul on the play is called on Otto Moore, and that is his second. So the front court players for Detroit seeing some foul trouble, but we need these minutes out of Otto Moore. I do have the AI set to automatically pull guys out in the event of foul trouble, since I do tend to miss out on that. And so center number 3, Terry Driscoll, will enter the game for Otto Moore. And the second shot for Clem Haskins is around the rim, and it won't stay down. Three to make 2 for Haskins. The third shot is up and good. And the lead is now double digits for Phoenix. Detroit coming back once again. It's going to be Jimmy Walker. Walker outside jumps and releases an air ball. And that is out of bounds to Phoenix. And the fans are letting Jimmy Walker know that that shot was anything but dynamite. He'll be hearing that air ball chant throughout the game, as these Phoenix fans can be pretty merciless about things like that. So Phoenix coming back with a double-digit lead. They're going to look now to Mel Counts inside against Terry Driscoll. Counts uses the rim as an ally, and he puts this shot up and good. And Phoenix is now starting to run away with this game. And if Detroit doesn't do something here but quick, it is going to be a long night for the visiting Pistons. Looking around the outside for an opportunity, they find Bob Quick. The Xavier man, Quick shoots the short jumper, and he misses. But it is Driscoll on the tap-in, and the Detroit scoring drought has been broken. Phoenix is going to come back with Haskins. Haskins to Silas on the perimeter. The shot's no good, and it is Driscoll with the rebound. Detroit works the ball around the wing. Down to Quick. Quick drives to the basket. He's cut off. His short jump shot is no good. But Comives on the offensive rebound sends it back out. And Detroit will have a fresh 24 seconds. They're going to find Jimmy Walker once again. Trailing by 10. Walker back to Comives, pick and roll to Dischinger, Dischinger, short jump shot from inside. He hits it, and it is now 25-17. And Phoenix has a couple of options here. They're going to look down on the post once again to Mel Counts. The popular sixth man shoots the short jumper and drains it for Phoenix. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Phoenix maintaining that double-digit lead. Jimmy Walker can't hit. He is ice cold, and the rebound is for Joe Thomas. But it looks like the fast break doesn't look like it's well manned. It's a couple of truck horses out there in Mel Counts and Paul Silas. So Thomas is going to do the smart thing, and he is going to pull it out. And Phoenix is going to run some clock and run some offense. And now we've got Chris Little in the chat room shouting, air ball, air ball, air ball. Lucky thing that never happened to Chris as a high school player. But he is part of the Peanut Gallery, and he is loving the action here in Phoenix. They're going to push the ball inside where they've got Joe Thomas on the low block, and he hits the short jumper, and Phoenix has now stretched it out to a 12-point lead. Detroit coming back. They find Thomas on the low block with a mismatch against Bob Quick, and Thomas is able to convert. And once again, Detroit is back within 10 as the quarter is winding down. Mel Counts once again on the post for Phoenix. He can't hit this one. Driscoll comes out with it for Detroit, and the Pistons bring it back the other way. Howie Comives on the point has some room. He fakes, he drives the lane, he shoots, and he scores. Phoenix coming back, works it down to the low post to Silas. He can't hit the layup. He wants a foul, and he gets a foul on Terry Dischinger. And Silas will get that 3 to make 2. One of the most exciting moments in NBA is the 3 to make 2 for a 68% free throw shooter. And Phoenix is going to make some changes to get Dischinger to the bench. Detroit gets Dischinger to the bench with those 2 fouls. And they have now got 3 of their frontline players in foul trouble. Silas cannot hit the second shot. And here it is shot number 3. And he can't hit this one either. And Driscoll comes out with it for Detroit, trailing by 9. 34 seconds left to play. They've got Steve Mix in the game now. Mix is open for a short jumper, but he can't get it to fall. Mix gets his own rebound. And with 17 seconds to play, the shot clock is off, and Detroit will hold for the last shot of the quarter. They do find Mix down on the post with a mismatch against little Fred Taylor. But he double dribbles, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Checking the box score, we have Phoenix 30 and Detroit 21. Dick Van Arsdale for Phoenix leads all scorers with 9 points in the period. Phoenix shot 61% from the field. Somebody on that Piston team needs to play some defense. And the Pistons managed only 42% from the field. Bing was 2 for 2, and he should be relaxed and ready to go now. And Jimmy Walker is going to take a blow here to start the second quarter. So we'll bring Bing back into the game with Quick, Mix, Hewitt, and Driscoll. Quick Mix, they sound like they're ready to make some chocolate chip cookies or something over there on the Detroit side of the court. Hardy Harris will see his first action, and Lamar Green into the game for Phoenix. We're ready to jump it up here to begin the second quarter. Counts and Driscoll will jump, and it is Detroit taking possession with Bing at the top of the key. Bing is going to put it on the floor. He drives the lane, finds Driscoll in the corner for the shot. Driscoll cannot hit, but he is fouled by Fred Taylor. Driscoll, a 70% free throw shooter on the season for the Pistons. He cannot hit the first. Second shot, he knocks it down. And the lead is 8. And here come the Phoenix Suns. Looking around the perimeter for a shot. They find Counts now on the baseline. He shoots the jumper, puts it up no good. Rebound to Dave Bing. And they've got 3 zeros on the fast break, so they're going to pull that back out and wait for their floor general in Bing to get back down the court the other way. It is Quick who has the ball. It's stolen away by R.D. Harris, and Phoenix has a fast break coming the other way. Harris leading the break. Taylor with the ball all alone down the court. He lays it up and good. Fred Taylor with the basket. And Phoenix is once again back out by double digits. We've got a man shaken up on the play. That's going to be Terry Driscoll, who is shaken up for the Pistons. And it's going to be Otto Moore with his 2 fouls coming back into the game for Detroit. So let's get back to action. Bing from 18 feet turns the corner and drives, dishes the ball to Moore back inside, and Moore loses it out of bounds. Another turnover for the Pistons. Detroit brings it back on defense as Phoenix brings the ball up the court. Looking around for an opportunity. Joe Thomas passes the ball on the wing. Oh, but he cannot pass the ball, and he is called for the 3-second violation. Detroit has the ball back now. Pistons coming back the other way. They're going to look inside to Hewitt. Hewitt posts up against Green, takes a jumper in close. It wiggles out. Green on the rebound, and Phoenix will run. R.D. Harris leading the fast break. Taylor to Thomas. Shoots moving left, won't go down. Harris gets the rebound and passes the ball back outside, and Phoenix will set it up with a fresh 24-second clock. Phoenix is going to look around. They've got Fred Taylor with the ball. He doesn't see much, so he's going to look down on the post to Mel Counts on the pick and roll. Counts lays it up and good. It is now a 12-point game, and Detroit has some fresh guys ready to come back into the game. And with this kind of a deficit, they're going to use a timeout. Phoenix will bring Dick Van Arsdale and Wetzel back into the game. And Detroit will get Big Bob Lanier back into action. And they're going to hold Jimmy Walker for a while until Quick can't play. We'll see if Bing and Lanier can get something going. Walker was dominating the ball in the first quarter and doing that not very effectively. So let's see what the Pistons can do on offense with Bing and Lanier working together. And sure enough, Lanier is available on the low post. He misses the shot, but he gets the follow, gets his own rebound. He's going to put it up again, but he threw it away. Could not get the shot up. And it is Phoenix ball. Coming back the other way. Phoenix is going to look to Harris on the perimeter. He gives it to Van Arsdale. And once again, a turnover for Phoenix. So both teams struggling to take care of the basketball here in the early going in the second quarter. Detroit looks again to Lanier down on the post. Tries to post up. He takes a 10-footer and he hits it. Big Bob Lanier, sensational rookie for the Detroit Pistons. Coming back the other way, Van Arsdale from 18 feet. He misses it, but it is Leroy Green on the tip, and Green gets it to go. Lanier once again on the post is able to convert, and it is back down to a 10-point game. Phoenix is going to work it down to the post, but Mel Counts cannot get it to go over Lanier. Lamar Green with the rebound. Green is going to take the shot. In close. He hits it. 13 last game against Chicago and 4 tonight for Lamar Green. Detroit continuing to pound it down to Lanier on the post. He kicks it back out to Bing on the inside out. Bing has an opening and he takes it to the hoop and he hits it. It's going to be Phoenix coming back the other way to Van Arsdale. Hewitt cuts him out. And Van Arsdale sits for a short jumper, but he can't get it to go. And he hits the floor hard, no foul, but the ball does trickle in on the bounce, and that's 11 points for Dick Van Arsdale. Coming back the other way, it's Bing. Bing to Lanier inside. Lanier lays it up and good, and Lanier has got it going on here in this second quarter. Phoenix by 10. Harris to Green. Green back to Harris. Reverse layup no good, but he is fouled by Hewitt. And it will be 2 shots for Art Harris. The first shot is up and good. I hate to do it, but Bob Quick's getting tired, so Dynamite Jimmy Walker is coming back into the lineup for Detroit. And on the Phoenix side, it looks like we have got the front court guys ready to get back into the game. We can't swap out Harris because he is shooting, but we are going to bring Neil Walk back into the game as well as Paul Silas for the Suns. Harris takes the second shot off the rim, no good. Lanier on the rebound for Detroit. Bing on the perimeter. Ignores Jimmy Walker calling for the ball. Dishes it inside to Lanier. Lanier lays it up, but Silas gets a piece of it. Hewitt cleaning the glass for Detroit on the offensive boards. He's going to put it back up. He fakes, he shoots. It's off the rim, but he is bodied by Art Harris. Foul on the play on Harris, and it will be Hewitt shooting 2 for the Detroit Pistons. Not a good free throw shooter, only 57.5%. And as soon as I say that, he knocks it down. Hewitt's second misses, and it's rebounded by Paul Silas. And Phoenix is coming back again with the double-digit lead. Working it around the perimeter, they find Silas down low. He's got a mismatch against Dave Bing on the low post. Silas goes with a finger roll. It's no good. Walk off the offensive glass. He's going to go with a putback, and the short jump shot is good. Bing and Lanier are once again going to work that 2-man game, and Bing hits the jump shot for his 9th point of the game, coming back for Detroit. Phoenix is going to come back with their go-to guy, Van Arsdale. Perimeter jump shot is good, and Phoenix is back up by 12. Pistons working it back the other way. Lanier inside puts up the short shot. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Phoenix coming back with a 10-point lead. They've got Wetzel available against Steve Mix on the baseline. Offensive foul on Wetzel, his first personal foul. Clem Haskins coming back into the game for Phoenix, and they are back to their starting 5. Over on the Detroit side, it's going to be Dischinger back into the game. And let's see, who's the best offensive player that they have available at the power forward? Hewitt's a 2. It's a 5 inside. Mix is a 3 inside. Otto Moore is a 6. So they're going to bring Otto Moore in at the power forward and see if they can't generate some points inside the paint. And sure enough, the only guy open on the other side is Jimmy Walker. Outside, he shoots the turnaround jump shot off the rim, but Lanier goes for the rebound, and he is hammered by Wetzel. And it will be Bob Lanier shooting 2 for the Pistons. 73% free throw shooter. First shot is up and good, and it's 11 points for Bob Lanier. And Lanier knocks down the second, and Detroit has pulled to within 8. Van Arsdale open on the perimeter to Haskins, back out to Van Arsdale. Can't hit the fadeaway. It bounces out of bounds. Detroit ball. Lanier is stuck on his own outside with 16 on the shot clock. He kicks it out to Jimmy Walker. Walker's going to put it on the floor this time. He drives to the basket. He lays it up. It's tipped away by Neil Walk, and Paul Silas comes away with it for the Phoenix Suns. Silas on the outlet to Haskins. Over to Wetzel. Wetzel misses the shot. Silas with the rebound. Silas with the putback. Good look inside. He shot up and good. 8 points now for Paul Silas. Not a big scorer in his day, but he has contributed 8 points and 7 rebounds. Paul Silas, the quintessential garbage man, generating a lot of points inside just by toughness and determination, more so than elite offensive skill. Detroit coming back the other way, once again trailing by 10. Bing cannot get the shot to go, and it is Neil Walk on the rebound. Coming back the other way, Walk is going to post up inside against Lanier, up with a strong move. It's up and good. And the Phoenix lead is now back up to 12. Let's see if the Pistons can get something going. They have Lanier on the post once again, battling against Walk down low. He gets the shot. He gets the bounce. It is good. 14 for Lanier on the night, including 12 in the second period. Bob Lanier is single-handedly keeping the Pistons in the game. But he does have the 2 fouls. They're going to post up Neil Walk. Walk hits the shot from in close, nothing but net. Perhaps Lanier wasn't as aggressive as he could have been on defense with those 2 fouls. Coming back the other way, Jimmy Walker shoots the jump shot and he hits it. 6 points now for Jimmy Walker, although not a stellar shooting night for Kid Dynamite. Phoenix is coming back. They've got Haskins out top. Defended on the mismatch by Dischinger, but he can't get the shot to go. Dischinger pulls away the rebound, and here come the Detroit Pistons on the fast break. Bing has Walker with him. But Van Arsdale knocks it away and gets the steal, and it's a 2-on-1 coming back the other way. Van Arsdale with Hawkins. The shot is up no good, and Dischinger on the rebound. And I said Hawkins instead of Haskins. I do not envy the Phoenix broadcasters in these days. As we come back the other way, Detroit's going to continue to pound it down to Lanier, and once again he is able to convert. And once again, Detroit is back within 8. Haskins brings it up down to Silas, defended by Lanier. He gets it on the internal pass to Neil Walk. Walk hits it up and good, and he has made 5 straight. Detroit coming back. Walker is feeling confident. He hit the last shot. This time he shoots no good. And it is Otto Moore on the putback attempt. He tries the lay-in, and it is good. Coming back the other way, Wetzel is available on the mismatch. He gets it down to Walk in the paint. Walk puts it up no good. Walk gets his own rebound. Walk with the short jumper. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And Phoenix is once again back on top by 10. Detroit's just going to keep pounding it to Lanier, but this time it is taken away by Paul Silas. Silas with the outlet pass to Haskins. Haskins powers ahead. Haskins to Silas. Silas with the layup, no good. And Bob Lanier pulls away the rebound for Detroit. Coming back the other way, Lanier inside. Playing that 2-man game with Bing. Bing shoots no good. The rebound for Clem Haskins. And it's going to be Phoenix coming back the other way. Neil Walk gets the ball inside. He's got Dave Bing on the switch. Walk inside, lays it up nicely and good. And it is Walk now with 12 points this quarter. We advertised this game as a battle of the backcourts, but it has been all Neil Walk and Bob Lanier duking it out down low for the Pistons and Suns here in the second quarter. Detroit's going to work it around. They've got Moore on the block against Silas. He doesn't have any offensive options around, so he's going to shoot it himself. Jump shot is no good. Lanier with the rebound. Oh, but he is called for the loose ball foul, and that is his 3rd. A tough break for Detroit after such a big period for Bob Lanier. He is now going to have to sit the rest of the half with that 3rd personal foul. and it will be Terry Driscoll coming in to take his place. Looking around the Detroit lineup, Dave Bing is ready for a blow, so he will come out, and it will be Comives. They're going to leave Jimmy Walker in because they need somebody who can put the ball in the hoop. On the Phoenix side, Wetzel is tired, and it will be Joe Thomas coming in to replace Wetzel. And Fred Taylor is going to finish out the half along with Lamar Green for Phoenix. And I can't do that. How many times do I make that mistake trying to substitute for the free throw shooter? The answer is lots of times. And Van Arsdale hits the free throw. That's 21 free throws in a row for Dick Van Arsdale. And he has got 14 on the night. And Phoenix is now up by 13 as Detroit brings the ball back the other way. Working it in down low to Terry Driscoll. Driscoll sets up. He lays it up and good. Who's the man for Phoenix? Dick Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale drives with a little layup. Kisses it off the glass and good. 16 now for Van Arsdale. Walk has 16. Lanier with 16 for Detroit as we head to the final 2 minutes of the first half. Detroit's going to work the ball around the perimeter. They find Driscoll inside once again against Lamar Green. Shoots from in close and drains it. Solid minutes off the bench. 7 points, 5 rebounds for Terry Driscoll. Spelling Bob Lanier with the foul trouble. Minute 37 to play. Van Arsdale bringing it back for Phoenix. Van Arsdale outside. Can't hit. Rebound by Otto Moore. Detroit will run. They've got Howie Comives, the point guard, leading the break. Over to Driscoll. Driscoll to Dischinger. Dischinger drives. He kisses it in. And the lead is now back to 9. Minute 15 to play in the first half. Looking around the perimeter, Dick Van Arsdale now has the ball on the outside. He's going to put it on the floor. He drives to the basket. Dishes off to Thomas. It goes out of bounds. Detroit basketball. So a mini run here by the Pistons to close out the half and get back to within single digits with that lead. They're going to look once again to Dischinger on the wing. Comives back to Walker. Walker to Dischinger. Dischinger drives. And it is Dischinger who is called for the offensive foul, and that is his third. Into the game comes Bob Quick to replace Terry Dischinger for Detroit. Tough break for the Pistons as they try to cut into that lead before halftime. Dick Van Arsdale is the man for Phoenix. He spins. Quick comes over on the help side defense, and the shot is swatted away out of bounds by Terry Driscoll. Nice defensive work for Detroit. Phoenix has the ball, only 6 seconds on the shot clock. They find Haskins out on top. He's going to have to shoot it himself, but he double dribbled. And Detroit will have the final shot of the period. I like to let the CPU run this last play because if I do the wrong thing, I have run out of time on more than one occasion. And CPU gives it to Walker. Walker misses, but Driscoll tips it in for Detroit. And it is a 7-point game with 2 seconds to play. Haskins shoots the jump shot at the buzzer, but he can't get it to go. And at the end of the first half, it is Phoenix 60 and Detroit 53. 3 players, as I mentioned earlier, have scored 16 points, including Bob Lanier for Detroit, Dick Van Arsdale, and Neil Walk for the Suns. And the Suns hold that 7-point lead. The shooting for Detroit has heated up. They're up to 51% on the game now. Phoenix at 54%. And most of these other stats are deceptively even, with the difference being in the foul totals. Detroit has 2 players with 3 fouls. 10 total fouls for the Pistons, only 6 fouls for Phoenix in that first half. All right, let's check in on the chat room here at halftime. Looks like a lively chat group. But I don't. And let's see. Chris Little with the airball chant. Bob's Tabletop Sports. This looks like an interesting game with some decision making in it. That's true, Bob. I learned from Ron Juckett. I just run both offenses. I let the computer run the defenses. And you will see on each time we hit the offensive chart, there are a number of stars, which indicate how open a given player is. So you have the opening stars. You also have the offensive and defensive ratings. So I try to look for somebody who is open with at least 2, if not 3 stars, and somebody who's not overwhelmed defensively to take the shot. And so yes, there is some decision making in shot selection in this game. Looks like Chris signed off. Thanks everybody for your hospitality to my good son Chris. He just finished his bachelor's degree in psychology and is headed for a master's in education beginning in June. But he has a few months off and he's getting a substitute teacher degree and is going to substitute. His real passion, though, is for coaching basketball. So he is coaching the freshman team at his old high school this year. And we are very proud of Chris and everything that he has accomplished. Our Red Sox fan, yes, putting in a plug for the Action PC basketball game. And Al Red Sox fan is a big Action PC guy. He broadcasts football and baseball. Ron Juckett does some college basketball with Action PC Sports. And I am doing the NBA with Action PC Sports. Clinton Parks weighs in. You have a great voice for basketball. How are you with hockey and soccer? I have never tried broadcasting hockey or soccer. Hockey is about my 4th favorite sport. Soccer is, if you ask me my top 10 favorite sports, soccer would be about number 15 on that list. But I will tell you, Clinton, I am amazed by hockey broadcasters. Doc Emmerich in particular. Even though I don't follow hockey, I am amazed by Doc Emmerich and his skills. I watch the Stanley Cup playoffs every year. You've got guys flying in and off, on and off of the ice without stoppage of play. These guys all have names that are 4 and 5 syllables long from Europe and Canada and places like that. And Emmerich just doesn't miss a beat, and I think that is incredible. So that is my stand on hockey and soccer. Thank you, Clinton, for asking, and thank you, everybody, for sticking around for half number 2. A quick drink to wet my whistle. And we are back in action. Second half brought to you by Zevia, zero-calorie soda. No sugar, no artificial sweeteners, caffeine-free. And it keeps the broadcaster's pipes lubricated for the second half. Yes, I did play a soccer game with Bob at the Play.com meetup last winter. And I'm going to try to get down to the Chicago meetup that's coming up with the Play.com crew, and hopefully Bob and I will be there to renew acquaintances once again. Very nice guy, Bob Hansen. You would never know that he was a military veteran or a black belt by talking to him, but good guy to have as a friend. And that having been said, here's another bit of soccer trivia. I actually played soccer in high school for 2 years because I was one of the worst athletes in my high school class. We did not have a formal soccer team. I was cut from baseball, couldn't play basketball, cut from tennis. But my junior year, a guy who was a sophomore and new to the school said, I'm looking for people to help start up a soccer club because we don't have varsity soccer. So I went out and played 2 years of club level high school soccer for a very, very bad high school soccer team. And I was in great shape, and it was kind of fun to play, but Watching soccer is about as good as having a root canal when it comes to fandom. All right, so that little anecdote is out of the way, and we can get back to action with the second half. We're going to bring the starters back for both teams to start the second half. And we're going to jump it up. Lanier and Walker once again, and it is Walk controlling the jump for Phoenix. They are going to go right back to Van Arsdale. He is the man, but Bing on the steal. Takes it away from Van Arsdale, and Detroit comes back the other way. They're going to look once again to the hot hand Lanier on the post, and it is Van Arsdale with the steal. So Bing and Van Arsdale, the two all-stars, turning up the defense. Haskins on the fast break for Phoenix. Haskins to Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale drives. Shot is blocked by Dischinger. Haskins gets the rebound, and he brings it back out for a reset for Phoenix. Haskins is going to put the ball on the floor. He's going to dish it off to Van Arsdale. Shot no good, and Dischinger once again on the rebound. Coming back the other way. Bing from the outside. Shoots no good. Tipped up by Dischinger, no good. Paul Silas on the rebound. And Phoenix comes back the other way. Both teams off to a cold start shooting the first minute of the second half. Phoenix has the 3-on-1. It's dished off to Van Arsdale. He lays it up and good. Detroit coming back the other way. Dischinger looks inside to Lanier on the post. Lanier has the mismatch. He cannot get it to fall, but it is Mueller on the tip in, and it is up and good. That is Erwin Mueller with his first basket of the game for Detroit. Detroit works it around the perimeter. They find Van Arsdale on the wing. Van Arsdale guarded by Walker. He takes a shot, and it is all nylon for Dick Van Arsdale. Dischinger has had it going for the Pistons here in the early going. He tries to lay it up inside, and Neil Walk slaps it down. Rebounded by Van Arsdale, and it is coming back the other way with Phoenix. They're going to work to Walk on the post. Inside, short jumper blocked by Lanier and rebounded by Paul Silas on the offensive glass. Silas fakes, pump fakes, he shuffles his feet, no call. Shot is up off the glass, no good, but he is fouled by Erwin Mueller. Who knew they weren't going to call traveling in the NBA? James Harden probably wasn't even born yet when Silas started taking those steps. But we see a premonition of things to come for the league. Silas steps to the line with his first shot. It's up and good. Silas hits the second, and he now is in double digits for the game. One rebound short of a double-double for Paul Silas. Phoenix now has the double-digit lead once again. They're going to come back offensively, and they're going to work it around to Bing back out on top. On the perimeter, loose ball. Bing gets it back, drives to the basket, taken away by Wetzel. 3-on-2 fast break for Phoenix coming back the other way. Down court to Wetzel. Wetzel to Silas, no good. Rebounded by Haskins, and once again Haskins will pull it back out. Haskins has come up with a couple of rebounds in fast break situations now, and he has 4 rebounds on the game. Phoenix will set it up. Under 10 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Walk in the low post, rises up, nothing but net. 18 points now for Neil Walk. Phoenix just has so many weapons. And Detroit is struggling to keep up. Back the other way, Jimmy Walker wants it. Jimmy Walker calls for it. He drives, he's cut off. Short jump shot, no good. Rebounded by Neil Walk. Struggles continuing for Jimmy Walker. Phoenix is going to run it back the other way once again, ahead to Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale loses it, gets it back. Pull-up jumper is blocked by Dave Bing. Neil Walk on the offensive rebound, pump fake, short shot, nothing but net. 20 points now for Neil Walk, 20 for Van Arsdale, and Phoenix has stretched the lead to 15 points. It is not looking good for the Pistons here in the early third quarter. Jimmy Walker once again puts it on the floor, stolen away by Silas, and Phoenix comes back the other way. They've got Van Arsdale available in the paint. He sends up the jump shot, and he hits it. 22 now for Van Arsdale, and Phoenix is running away with this one. Detroit's going to push it down to Lanier on the post once again. He tries the short jump shot, and it is Neil Walk on the block. Wetzel on the rebound. Another fast break opportunity for the Suns. Van Arsdale pushes it. Wetzel to Silas. Silas pulls up. He nails it. 12 points for Silas, and the lead is now 19 for Phoenix. Detroit coming back. They've got Lanier on the post, but they've got Terry Dischinger now shaken up, and he's going to be taken out of the game in favor of Hewitt. We are just 4 minutes in, and everybody else looks fresh. So we'll keep it going. Detroit hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes. It's going to be Hewitt on the inbounds. Looking around the perimeter, they've got Bing out high. Bing will drive. Drives to the basket, ran into Walk, lays it up no good, but they are going to get the foul on Walk on that play. Number 2 on Walk, and it will be Dave Bing going to the line for shoot 2. Bing hits the first. Phoenix is going to go to the bench early and bring Joe Thomas into the game to give Wetzel a blow. Detroit will also counter at the small forward, bringing Steve Mix into the game. Steve Mix from Toledo, Ohio. Bing shoots the second shot. It's up and good. Only 11 points on the night for Dave Bing. Detroit's going to have to try and get him more involved if they are going to cut into this lead. Working it down to Neil Walk on the post for Phoenix. Lays it up, no good. Tipped by Walk, no good. Rebound by Hewitt. And Detroit will run. Bing leading the break. Ahead to Hewitt. Lays it up, no good. Bing comes out with the loose ball, and he sets it up again out on top. They're going to look for Bing. Bing to Hewitt. Hewitt back to Bing, and he is fouled by Thomas. Joe Thomas with the foul on the play. One shot for Dave Bing. Nearly an 80% shooter on the regular season, and he hits it. Coming back now for Phoenix. Working the ball around the perimeter, looking for an opportunity. Not much available to Joe Thomas. There's still 14 on the shot clock. He looks around. He finds Van Arsdale with 4 on the shot clock. Van Arsdale's going to have to take the shot with 4 seconds to go. He cannot get it to go. And Steve Mix comes away with the rebound for Detroit. Jimmy Walker wants it. Dave Bing ignores him. It's going to be Bing out top. On the perimeter, he shoots no good. Rebound offensively by Hewitt. Hewitt is going to put it up, but no, he puts his shoulder down and commits the offensive foul. Second personal on Hewitt. Jimmy Walker is not a happy Piston right now because he is struggling from the field, and they are not liking his offensive contributions. If anything, his performance tonight has been offensive at best. Here's Thomas in the paint. He shuffles his feet and travels. Phoenix is going to go to the bench for Mel Counts. And Detroit is going to come back with Bob Quick at the 2 guard. They're going to leave Bing out there. They're going to leave Lanier out there for a couple more minutes to see if they can get some offense going on the low post with Bing and Lanier working together. They're stretching their players out a little bit, but that's what they got to do to get this big deficit back to a manageable level. Maybe get it to single digits by the beginning of the 4th period and have a shot to keep it close down the stretch. Detroit's going to work it down to Lanier on the post. Lanier with a short jump shot. He hits it. 18 now for Bob Lanier. And Phoenix is coming back. Silas on the low block with the ball. Matched up against Hewitt. he does have the opportunity for a shot. He rises up no good. Counts with the offensive rebound. His putback attempt is all net, and a foul on Lanier. Oh my goodness. What a turn of events for the Pistons. They left Lanier out there tired, hoping to get a little more offense out of him before he went to the bench. But sure enough, he gives up an offensive rebound to Mel Counts and then commits his fourth personal foul. Fourth personal foul. Bad job by the coach. Coach Dave botched that one up for the Pistons and put a damper in their hopes of climbing back into this one. Mel Counts is going to get one shot. It's up and good. And Phoenix is now back up by 17 points. Bing is on the post. He's going to look to pass. He dishes it to Hewitt. Hewitt back to Bing inside. Little jump shot is good. Let's see if Bing can get it going. That is his 14th point. Now he finds himself in a mismatch, in an awkward switch against Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale can't hit, but once again another offensive board for Clem Haskins, who throws it back out, and another 24-second shot clock for Phoenix. Phoenix is going to push it down to Mel Counts on the floor. There's a scramble and a jump ball. Terry Driscoll and Mel Counts will jump it up. And while Phoenix has the opportunity, they are going to get a quick rest for Dick Van Arsdale. Terry Driscoll is not an offensive threat. So we're going to bring Otto Moore in and see if he can accomplish anything in the paint while we give Dave Bing a rest for Detroit. And there I go again. That's twice where I have tried to substitute a guy who needs to be in the lineup. Let's hope Clem Haskins is not involved in this jump ball for Phoenix, because Harris and Taylor are going to come in. And I got away with that one. Counts wins the tip for Phoenix. Counts is on the post. He's matched up against Terry Driscoll. He's going to take the shot from down low. It's no good. Rebound by Quick for Detroit, and they're going to come back the other way. It's going to be Howie Comives out on the high post. Shot is short. Silas comes out with it, and there indeed is his double-double. Phoenix is going to work it around the perimeter. They're looking to get Mel Counts open on the low post. They don't have anything good right now, so Harris is going to put it on the floor and attack the basket. Harris shoots off the rim, no good. Silas on the offensive boards. Can he hit the put-up, the putback? He puts it up and good. Paul Silas taking advantage of the absence of Bob Lanier on the post for Detroit with the putback. Detroit is bringing it back, working around the perimeter. They've got Quick down inside against Mel Counts. That is not a good matchup. Quick is going to pass it back outside. They've got Steve Mix available now on the post. What can Mix do? Only a few seconds on the shot, but Mix gets it to go. Terry Dischinger is once again available for Detroit, and he gave them some good minutes early, so we'll see if we can get him back onto the court for the Pistons. Still trailing by 15 points, only 4.5 minutes to go in the third period. Time is not on the side of the visiting Pistons. Looking around the post, they can't find Counts. They've got Artie Harris out high. He's going to drive once again. Collision with Driscoll. Shot no good. Harris is hammered by Driscoll, and that will be his first foul. And it will be Art Harris to the line to shoot two. Harris only a 61% shooter, but he does manage to get the first shot to go. Everybody looks still pretty fresh. We do want to get Dischinger back into the game for Detroit. and Otto Moore in at center. Over on the Phoenix side, we're going to give Paul Silas a blow and bring Lamar Green back into the game. And Wetzel back in for Joe Thomas at the small forward. Art Harris with the second shot, no good. Rebounded by Bob Quick. And Detroit brings it back the other way, still trailing by 16 points. They have Mix down low. And he is grabbed by Counts. Foul on Mel Counts, his first. The team's third, and that will be one shot for Steve Mix. I'm going to do a little research on these goofy foul call rules. It seems like it would be almost advantageous to foul a guy and only give up one free throw, as Mix converts and the lead is once again 15. Coming back the other way, Phoenix finds Lamar Green in the low post. Defended by Dischinger, but Green puts it up. Nothing but net. 6 points for Lamar Green for the Suns. Working it back to Detroit, Dischinger has a mismatch inside against Wetzel. He lays it up no good, but Wetzel got him with the body, and Dischinger will shoot two. 76% shooter. First shot is up, and it is good. Dischinger shoots the second, and he gets nothing but net. The lead is back to 15. It's been right around 15 most of the third quarter, which Phoenix is perfectly content to just trade baskets and let time be their ally. So they've got Mel Counts now on the low post. Taylor drives to the basket, looking inside for Counts, but the ball is slapped loose by Comives. Picked up by Detroit. Here's a 4-on-3 break the other way. Quick with the jump shot, no good, out of bounds to Phoenix. And here comes Phoenix coming back the other way. Down to Counts on the low block. Tough angle shot is up and good, and that is double digits for Mel Counts off the bench for Phoenix. Solid minutes for Phoenix's sixth man. Detroit's going to look inside to Otto Moore, lays it up no good. That draws a whistle, and Dischinger is called for basket interference. No basket. Ball back over to Phoenix. Detroit is desperate. How desperate is Detroit? They're going to bring Jimmy Walker back into the game. In spite of his abysmal performance offensively tonight. And Erwin Mueller is ready to come back in for Detroit, along with Dave Bing. So the starting backcourt is back in the game for Detroit for the last 3 minutes of the third quarter. See if they can't put a dent in this big Phoenix lead. Over on the Phoenix side, both their small forwards are starting to wear down as they feel the absence of Connie Hawkins, who normally manages that spot. Everybody else is in pretty good shape. And this is pretty much a blowout, so they're going to let Haskins and Van Arsdale continue to rest the rest of the period so that they will be fresh in the event of any insurrection by Detroit in the fourth. It's going to be Art Harris, top of the key for Phoenix, driving to the hole, lays it up and good. Give and go with Mel Counts, give the assist to Counts on the play. Coming back the other way, they find Dischinger down low. Fall away jumper. It's good. Give the assist to Bing on the play. That is number 6 for the night for Dave Bing. Phoenix in no hurry, working the ball around the perimeter. And with 17 on the shot clock, they find Mel Counts down low. Counts with a short jump shot. It's good. And it is a 17-point lead for Phoenix. Excuse me, a 19-point lead now for Phoenix. They brought him back on. They may as well give him the ball. Here's Jimmy Walker on the wing. Shot no good, but Taylor got him on the hand. and Jimmy Walker will shoot 2. Only 6 points on the night for Jimmy Walker. First free throw is up and good. You've probably heard this old adage a bajillion times. If you let a shooter see the ball go through the net, it's going to help his confidence. Walker hits 2. He's got 8 points. We'll see if he can turn that into some momentum for the struggling Detroit offense. Phoenix, on the other hand, is running on all cylinders. They've got Mel Counts down on the low block. They're going to look for him, but it's tipped away by Otto Moore. Otto Moore picks his pocket, and it's a 3-on-1 break the other way for Detroit. Jimmy Walker takes it coast to coast. He lays it up and in. 10 points now for Jimmy Walker. Kid Dynamite is starting to heat it up. Will he explode? That remains to be seen. Phoenix coming back, looks for Wetzel on the perimeter. Long jumper, another air ball for Wetzel. Chris Little is not here to yell air ball, air ball, air ball, which probably wouldn't happen anyway since Wetzel plays for the home team. And it's Detroit ball coming back. Let's see what Detroit can do. Bing has the option. He brings it up to Walker. Walker back to Bing. Bing shot around the cylinder, rolls it in. Coming back the other way, Phoenix has a mismatch with the big man Otto Porter stuck on the perimeter guarding Fred Taylor. But Mueller on the help manages to poke it away from Taylor, and Detroit takes over. They brought him back in. Jimmy Walker is starting to heat up, but he gets it ripped by Fred Taylor, and it's going to be Phoenix on the fast break coming back the other way. Harris to Taylor. Taylor lays it up, no good, and Lamar Green comes in for the offensive board for Phoenix. Green is going to go with a short jumper, and he drains it. Another opportunity lost for Detroit there, and Phoenix has pushed the lead back to 15. Now, how does this happen? Detroit has all 5 guys on the low post. In. Where is your floor spacing, fellas? They do have Otto Moore on the low block. Short jumper won't go. Lamar Green with his 6th rebound, and it's another fast break opportunity for the Phoenix Suns. Quick outlet pass to Wetzel. Wetzel for Harris. Harris lays it up, uses the glass, and sinks it. 17-point lead now for Phoenix, as Art Harris is now up to 6 points on the game. Detroit's going to try to see if they can get a 2-for-1 on this opportunity. Bing outside, shoots the jump shot, no good. Moore on the rebound, and they'll pull it back out for the final shot of the game of the third quarter. 19 on the game clock. Detroit's going to hold for the last shot. Bing outside, goes for the shot, and he is knocked down by Mel Counts. That is foul number 2 on Mel Counts. And here we go again with Bing and the 3 to make 2. 1 second to play in the third quarter. Foolish foul really by Mel Counts to give Bing the opportunity to hit these free throws. And the second shot for Bing is up and good. And Phoenix won't get a shot off before the end of the quarter. It's a 15-point lead for Phoenix after 3 periods. And Phoenix stretched it out that period from a 32-24 advantage, despite the big performance by Lanier in the second quarter. It just keeps sinking farther and farther away for Phoenix, and it is a 15-point lead. Van Arsdale with 22, Neil Walk with 20, and as somebody called out in the chat room, a big night on the boards with 11 boards to go with 14 points for Paul Silas. Yeah, Clinton, I was a big Paul Silas fan back in the day, both in his time with Phoenix and later on when he played for the Celtics. Love that guy and the way he worked. Several military folks enjoying some chat. Clinton Parks from the Navy. Bob Hanson from the Army. And again, thank you both for your service. I was not called upon to serve in my day, as my talents were more in the academic classroom side of the action. And my father did serve in the Navy in World War II, and I am proudly displaying his service flag in one corner of the Dave Cave as he served his time in World War II on the USS Miami and left the Army and went to school on the GI Bill, where he became an Army electrician, an electrical engineer after serving as a Navy electrician on the USS Miami. Funny thing about my dad, he did see some combat on the USS Miami. His role was as an electrician. And the thing about my dad is he had a terrible, terrible fear of heights. And when they would send him up for guard duty in the crow's nest, he was terrified. And his terrification had nothing to do with the Japanese who would occasionally send a spy plane overhead. He was more scared of being up in the crow's nest because he didn't like those heights. So that's the tale of my father and his military service. Thank you to all who served. Nothing but respect. Okay, let's get back to action for the fourth quarter. Detroit has to bring Bob Lanier back into the game, no doubt about it. They need every bit of offense that they can get, and despite the 4 fouls, they're going to see what they can get from Lanier in an effort to cut into the deficit. Over on the Phoenix side, Neil Walk is fresh and ready to go. Phoenix would love nothing better than to just keep their foot on the throat of Detroit here, maybe stretch out this lead, and the last half of the fourth quarter give their starters a rest. And we're ready for action. Lanier and Walker will jump once again. Lanier controls it for Detroit this time. They have Dave Bing available, taking care of the ball outside. He shoots, he scores. 20 points now for Dave Bing. And Phoenix coming back the other way. Clem Haskins has a tough defensive match against Dave Bing, so they're going to continue to work it around. And now they've got Walk available inside. Shoots from in close, drains it with the assist by Haskins. Trading baskets here in the first 30 seconds. Phoenix is content to work the ball. Detroit's going to have to push the offense. Bing outside, pick and roll with Lanier. He gets the layup to fall. But Detroit really needs stops. And Dick Van Arsdale wants to keep the pressure on for Phoenix. He is their guy. Van Arsdale drives, lays it up and misses, but he is fouled on the play by Erwin Mueller, and Van Arsdale will shoot 2 shots. Van Arsdale hits the first. 22 straight for Phoenix. Bill Hewitt back into the game for Detroit. And Paul Silas will return for Phoenix. Van Arsdale hits the second, and the lead is once again 15. Bing once again forces the action. Step fakes, drives past Mueller, lays it up and good. If the Pistons go down, it's going to be through no fault of Dave Bing, who is now up to 24 points, leading the Pistons. Van Arsdale with 24 for Phoenix. They're going to continue to work it around. Haskins from the perimeter. He's going to put the ball on the floor. Cut off by Mueller. Pull-up shot is no good. Mueller on the rebound. And Detroit brings it back the other way. Bing brings it back. He's open for a shot. He picks and rolls with Lanier. And actually he dumps it off to Lanier, and Lanier gets it to fall. The lead is now 11. A few tense moments in the crowd for Phoenix. And Van Arsdale is going to see if he can't put an end to this rally. But oh, Van Arsdale takes it to the basket and it is stolen away by Dave Bing. Bing to Hewitt. Hewitt brings it up. It's going to be Bing out on top. Loose ball. Bing recovers. Misses the 15-footer. Neil Walk on the rebound. So Detroit misses the golden opportunity to cut the lead to single digits. And Detroit is going to need another stop here. Phoenix is going to try and slow things down. 7 on the shot clock. Haskins is going to take it to the hoop. Reverse layup no good. Defended well by Bing. And it's Hewitt on the rebound. Detroit coming back with Jimmy Walker bringing it up. Walker over to Bing. Bing on the perimeter. Drives. Loses it out of bounds. Ball goes back over to Phoenix. So that's twice that Detroit has failed to hit that hoop and try and get things back to within a single-digit game. Phoenix coming back. They go to their go-to guy, Van Arsdale, on the wing. Bing with the steal. Fast break for the Pistons. Walker with possession in the lane. He drives. He shoots and misses. But he draws the foul on Clem Haskins, and it will be 2 shots for Jimmy Walker for Detroit. Walker drains the first one, and the lead has been cut to 10. It has been quite a while since Detroit was this close. The second shot from Walker is missed, and it is Neil Walk on the rebound for Phoenix. Phoenix leading by 10 with the ball. 9 minutes to play. Haskins will drive. Pass to Thomas in the corner. Thomas shoots, no good. Ball back over to Detroit. Joe Thomas is looking tired. Wetzel's not looking a whole lot better. And those are the only 2 options that Phoenix has available at the small forward. Interesting thing about this game, I could move Lamar Green or somebody into the small forward spot and play them out of position. And at the first whistle, the AI for Action PC will immediately reverse that and bring back in the tired guy playing at the proper position. So it's going to be a tough row to hoe for the small forwards for Phoenix the rest of the way as they try to hold on to this 10-point lead. They're going to look to Lanier on the post. He's got the mismatch. Lays up, no good. Lanier fights for it. And, Lanier commits another foul on the loose ball, and that is his 5th. A tough, tough break once again for Bob Lanier. 20 points on the night. And now 5 personal fouls. And Lanier is once again going to go to the bench in foul trouble. I'm not going to let this get much under 5 minutes before Lanier comes back for the Pistons' last stand. Meanwhile, Paul Silas is going to have the opportunity to stretch the lead back to 11 if he can convert 1 free throw. And it's good. 15 points for Silas. Let's see what Detroit can do. They do have Otto Moore in the game on the low post, and Moore can do some things. He's no Bob Lanier, but he gets inside for the short jumper, no good. But he is fouled by Neil Walk on the play, and it will be Moore shooting 2. Only a 55% free throw shooter, but Moore drains the first. And not surprisingly, he misses the second, rebounded by Neil Walk. And again, Detroit can't get it under a 10-point deficit. Phoenix coming back the other way with Van Arsdale. He's going to look down on the low post to Neil Walk. Walk inside, loose ball. Walk gets it back. Turnaround jumper blocked by Mueller. Walk with the putback. He rises inside and he hits it. 24 points now for Neil Walk. And the lead is 12 with 8 minutes to play. Bing coming back for the Pistons. Takes it to the rim, forcing the action. He gets it to go, and he's hacked by Wetzel. The lead is back to 10. And Bing has the opportunity to cut it to 9 with this free throw. Thomas back into the game for Wetzel. Mel Counts is going to give Neil Walker a quick blow. And Harris for Haskins. They're going to leave Van Arsdale out there to protect this lead. Detroit, meanwhile, is going to bring Bob Quick back into the game. But they're going to stick it out with Bing at the point for as much as he's got. Maybe they'll try and catch him a quick breath when Lanier comes back into the game. The shot by Bing is up and it's good. Detroit not letting the suspense end quite yet. Phoenix is going to work it around. Mel Counts has the ball on the post. He has a shot available. Short jump shot is good. 15 off the bench for Mel Counts, and the lead is back to double digits. Detroit coming back. They've got Otto Moore with a mismatch on the post. He's up against Art Harris, and he manages to hit the layup. And now on the other end, it is Mel Counts on the low post with a mismatch against Jimmy Walker. They look into Counts. Oh, but Bing makes the steal. And Detroit brings it back the other way. 3-on-2 break. Quick to Bing. Bing lays it up and good, and we are down to a 7-point lead. Phoenix is going to call a timeout. I don't know if timeout is helpful in this game. I've seen other basketball games where there's a momentum indicator, and calling a timeout will reverse the momentum indicator. I haven't seen anything like that on Action PC. I don't know if Al, Red Sox fan, is still in the game. No, it looks like he's going to catch the rest of the game later, and he has signed off. But that would be something that I might explore in the rule book, whether this timeout is going to do any good for Phoenix other than to enable them to put some fresh guys back into the game. Detroit to the bench first. They're going to give Bing a quick blow and leave Walker in the game along with Moore to get some offense. And over on the Phoenix side, Thomas is fading fast, but he's still got more gas in his tank than Wetzel. And everybody else is going to stay put for now. Let's see what Phoenix can do here on offense. Working the perimeter. They've got it down to Counts on the post. He has a shot opportunity against Otto Moore. He backs in, tries to kick it back out to Van Arsdale, and it's a turnover. Another turnover for Phoenix, and the lead is down to 7. What will Detroit do coming back? Hewitt is on the low block, but he is defended by the very formidable Paul Silas. So they're going to continue to work for a shot on the perimeter. They've got it to Bob Quick now with a shot against Art Harris. Shoots the jumper, and he hits it. Assist for Comives, and the lead is 5. Phoenix is going to work it to their go-to guy, Van Arsdale. He attacks the rim. Moore cuts him off. Van Arsdale shoots no good. He's missed 5 straight now, but Silas tips it up and good. Big basket for Paul Silas. There's that junkyard dog, Paul Silas, doing the dirty work and coming up with a big hoop for Phoenix. Coming back the other way. Hewitt doesn't like the looks of his matchup against Paul Silas. Jimmy Walker is out there to shoot the ball. He shoots the 15-footer and he hits it. And Counts got him on the arm, so it's an and 1 for Jimmy Walker. And he has the chance to cut it to 4. Walker shooting 1. Six minutes to play. They're going to let it ride for now. Walker takes a shot. It's good, and the lead is 4. The Suns are coming back the other way. They're going to look once again to Counts down low. Short rainbow, nothing but net. Big basket for Mel Counts. 17 off the bench for the big guy. And with that basket, it's going to be Detroit who takes the timeout. They're going to bring Haskins back into the game. They're going to bring Walk back into the game and get a quick blow for Van Arsdale to get him ready for the stretch run for Phoenix. On the Detroit side, they're coming back with Bing. Is it time to pull the trigger on Lanier? Not yet. They will come back with Dischinger, who has been effective. And they're going to stick with Bob Quick at the small forward. Let's see, Quick is an outside defender has an outside shot of 6, and Steve Mix is a 4. So yeah, they'll stay with Bob Quick, who has the better opportunity to generate points for Detroit in their efforts to come back. Dischinger to inbound for Detroit. They're going to go right to Bing on the high post. Clean pick and roll with Moore. Bing finds Moore, and Moore hits the jumper. Once again, it's a 4-point lead. An exciting game coming back the other way as Phoenix works the ball around the perimeter. They've got Haskins outside, matched up against Dave Bing. Haskins is going to put it on the floor. He drives. He's cut off by Moore. Shot won't go. Tough defense by Bing. Tapped up by Silas. Rebounded by Walk. His 10th rebound as he cleans the offensive glass. He puts up the short jumper. He can't get it to go. Silas on the putback attempt with the layup in and out. And finally, Dischinger comes out with it for Detroit. Phoenix had 3 cracks at it. They couldn't get it to go. Here's Bing on the fast break the other way. Bing to Quick. Quick drives, underhands it off the rim, but he draws the contact from Clem Haskins, and that is number 3 on Haskins, number 5 on Phoenix for the quarter. And it will be 2 shots for Bob Quick. Quick shoots and scores. And now they finally allow Phoenix to put Fred Taylor at the small forward. Van Arsdale comes back in at the shooting guard. And that's going to give Wetzel and Thomas the opportunity to go to the bench and get some much-needed CPR from the trainer. 5 minutes to play. 3-point game. Quick with the second free throw. Around and out. Oh, and a big offensive rebound by Otto Moore. Can he hit the putback? With the leaner in close, and Walk blocks it away. Grabbed out of there by Fred Taylor, and Phoenix dodged a bullet that time. Oh my goodness, what a tough break for Detroit. That is several times that they have been unable to convert big hoops that could have this a tie game or better for the Pistons. But they are hanging tough down the stretch in an effort to steal one on the road. Phoenix is going to look to Bob Walk on the low post. Alley-oop from Haskins. Walk puts it up and good. What a game for Neil Walk. 26 points for Neil Walk to go with 10 rebounds. Detroit coming back. They need points. They need them so badly they're going to try Jimmy Walker. Walker back to Bing. Bing to Quick inside, and it is Quick who comes up with a short jump shot to cut it to a 3-point lead once again. Tight game down the stretch. 4:40 to play. Working it around the perimeter. Haskins doesn't like the matchup against Dave Bing. They work it down to Neil Walk down low against Otto Moore. Walk puts it up. No good. Moore got him with the body. And it will be Walk shooting 2 for Phoenix. Walk shoots the first, it's good, and the lead is 4. Walk with the second shot, and it is up and good. What a performance by Neil Walk tonight. The whole front line for Phoenix. Walk, Silas, Counts, all these guys have just kept things under control for Phoenix while Lanier has struggled with foul trouble. So Detroit coming back. 4 minutes to play, trailing by 5. Working the ball around the perimeter looking for a shot. It's Bing. Bing is going to go to the hoop. He drives. He shoots. He goes down. No foul called. The ball won't go down. But Walker fouls Neil Walk on the back going for the loose ball. My goodness. The Detroit bench is furious. Bing didn't get the call. And then Jimmy Walker got a loose ball foul going for that rebound. And it will be Paul Silas to shoot one for Phoenix, and that's it. They've got to bring Lanier back into the game at this point. 4 minutes to play. Lanier is just going to have to take his chances and try and generate some offense for the Pistons. They're going to bring Comives in to play the point and move Bing over to the shooting guard. So Bing and Lanier will be working together. They're going to stay with Quick and Dischinger. Phoenix. Walk is beginning to fatigue. So let's take a look at the defense here. Defensively, Walk is a 6. Counts is also a 6. Lamar Green is a 4. So they're going to bring Counts back into the game just briefly to get Walk a quick blow for the final 3 minutes or so. And everybody else will stand pat for Phoenix. Here's the shot for Silas. It's up and good. The lead is back up to 6 for Phoenix as the Suns once again dodge a bullet. Detroit's going to force it right down to Lanier, looking for Lanier. They can't find Lanier. Comives drives, and he loses it out of bounds. But it was knocked away on the defense by Clem Haskins, and Phoenix will be guilty of the knocking the ball out of bounds, and it will be Detroit basketball. It's Terry Dischinger on the post. He can do some work against Silas. Good look. He can't get it to go against Silas. Quick comes out with it. Can Quick get it to go? He passes it back out to Comives. Another turnover for Detroit in another critical situation. As Quick throws it away out of bounds, Phoenix basketball. Oh my goodness. How many missed opportunities have we seen from Detroit coming down the stretch? Clem Haskins has a mismatch on the perimeter against Dischinger. He's going to look for Van Arsdale. Back to Haskins, stops and pops, no good. Detroit gets the ball. Another opportunity for Detroit to pull back to within 4 points. They've got Lanier on the post in a mismatch against Haskins. Short jumper is up and good. They need Lanier down the stretch, and he delivered. Paul Silas inside. He sees Van Arsdale on the perimeter with a mismatch. Loose ball. Haskins gets it back. Throws a bad pass to Counts. It's out of bounds, and Detroit once again has the opportunity to cut into this lead. Comives doesn't like his matchup against Haskins. They're going to continue to work it around the perimeter. They get it to Lanier on the block. He's posting up. Another basket for Lanier on the perimeter. It is a 2-point game on assist number 10 for Dave Bing. Double-double for Dave Bing. 29 points, 10 boards, and it is coming right down the wire. And here's Dave Gardner in the chat room. Welcome, Dave. And indeed, it is a nail-biter. And, boy, you have missed quite the fourth quarter. It was a 15-point game at the end of the third quarter, and Detroit has clawed their way back into it, just trying to steal one here on the road against the first-place Phoenix Suns in the Silver Division. All right, what is Phoenix going to do now? They've got Haskins with the ball on the perimeter. No good looks. They get it down to Silas, but he is away from the basket. He's going to continue to pass the ball around the perimeter. They've got 9 on the shot clock. They find Counts on the post. But with 9 seconds, he's going to push it out to Van Arsdale, the go-to guy on the perimeter. His shot is no good. Counts gets the offensive rebound. And he is going to try for the putback. Short jumper no good. Tipped up by Silas no good. Rebounded by Bob Quick for the Pistons with a chance to tie. Phoenix had 3 shots at it, could not get it to go. Detroit coming back the other way. Screen and roll down to Lanier in the post. Dishes the ball to Bing, and there's a little too much mustard on the hot dog, and it is out of bounds to Phoenix. Another missed opportunity for the Pistons with a chance to tie the game. My goodness, this is a struggle for both these teams coming down the stretch. 2.5 minutes to play. Phoenix on offense. Van Arsdale guarded by Bing. Counts is covered on the low post. They continue to work it around the perimeter. Paul Silas gets the ball inside. With 16 on the shot clock, he's got a decent matchup against Dischinger. And with 2:22 to play, Phoenix is going to continue to run some clock. Fred Taylor on the perimeter with 8 to shoot. Against Quick, he's going to put the ball on the floor. He sees the opening. He ran into Lanier. Layup is no good. And Lanier with his 6th foul. He is out of the game. What a heady play by Fred Taylor. He saw the opening, drove the ball right into Lanier's hip. And that is it for Bob Lanier. And it is Fred Taylor, the rookie, going to the line for 2 shots for Phoenix with a chance to give them some crucial insurance coming down the stretch. Only a 62% free throw shooter. Can the rookie do it? He hits the first point of the game for Fred Taylor in a big situation. Detroit coming back to the bench. Quick is on the free throw line. I almost did it again. I almost tried to swap out the free throw shooter. And this time I caught myself. What's Phoenix going to do? Neil Walk back into the game. And they are going to stick with the remaining 5 as Fred Taylor has come up with a big play down the stretch. I was wrong. I could have swapped out Quick. It was not Quick at the line. It was Taylor. But Taylor makes the second, and it's a 4-point game. 2:10 to play. Detroit looking for offense. Do they look to Quick? Do they look to Bing? Do they look to Otto Moore on the block? Quick has the opening. They get it inside to Moore. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Dischinger. Dischinger on the putback. Short jump shot, nothing but net. Another big play for Terry Dischinger, and once again the lead is 2. Minute 51 to play. Phoenix coming down the court. What are they going to do? Do they look down to Silas? He's available on the low block against Dischinger. Nobody else has a good shot available. But with 17 on the shot clock, they're going to continue to work the ball around the perimeter. Haskins now has it out top, defended by Comives. Comives, a very good perimeter defender. They've got Neil Walk on the low block with a switch against Dischinger. They look down to Walk. Walk with the jump shot. Off target, no good. Quick on the rebound, breaks away. Detroit with a fast break opportunity. 4 on 3. Quick with the outlet to Comives, and Comives walks with it. Comives walked with it. Another turnover for Detroit with a minute 28 to play, and Detroit missed another opportunity to tie the ball game. My goodness, what a nail biter. Both these teams are doing their best to fail to put the game away when they have their opportunities. So what's Detroit got on the bench? They're going to stick with, do they bring Jimmy Walker back in? Comives is a 5 passer, 7 on the outside. Walker is an 8, and a 4-passer. Detroit blowing so many chances here, says Bob Hanson. Mueller will come back in for Quick. He's fresh. Otto Moore is a good offensive threat inside, but he is tired. Terry Driscoll gives them the defensive rebounding. This would be a good sort of offense-defense. Actually, they're going to stick with Moore. They need him down the stretch. He's just going to need to pull up his granny panties and play some ball. Everybody from Phoenix is ready for the stretch run, and we are down to the last minute 28, the last 88 seconds of play here in Phoenix. Phoenix has the ball. They're going to go right to Van Arsdale, the go-to guy. On the wing, he drives. Lays it up off the rim, no good. Offensive foul on Van Arsdale. Another missed opportunity, this time by Phoenix, as Bing made the clutch play on defense for Detroit, getting over to take that charge. Detroit brings it back with a chance to tie. They've got Mueller on the post against Fred Taylor. Not much of a threat. Bing has Van Arsdale out on the wing. They're going to look to Bing. He's their guy for the shot. Good in the clutch. Shoots the fadeaway. It is good. And fans, we are tied. 1 minute, 1 second to play. 61 seconds to go, and it is a tie ball game. What will Phoenix do now? 55 seconds to play as they bring it down the court. Nobody is open except for Paul Silas. They can't find Walk on the post. Haskins guarded heavily by Comine. Van Arsdale is smothered by Bing. So they're going to look to Silas on the post. Dischinger knocks it away, picks his pocket. Detroit coming back on the fast break. Bing leads the break. 3-on-2. Finger roll is up, and it is good. And ladies and gentlemen, the Detroit Pistons have taken the lead with 47 seconds to go on a fast break layup by Dave Bing after stealing the ball on the paint from the Phoenix Suns. They have one option. It's Van Arsdale. Phoenix trailing by 2. Van Arsdale to Taylor. Taylor to Silas. Back to Van Arsdale outside. Van Arsdale, nothing but net, and once again we are tied. 35 seconds to play. Detroit coming back the other way. 35 seconds to play. They're going to go to Bing. Bing on the perimeter. Drives to the basket. Finds Moore. Shot no good. Rebound by Walk. Oh my goodness. As Bob points out, first lead for Detroit in this game. And it is now a tie game with 18 seconds to play. As Walk comes out with a defensive rebound, Bing could not get the go-ahead jumper to fall. Haskins brings the ball up. 12 seconds to play. They're going to go to Van Arsdale. Who else? Bing on defense. Fadeaway. Tough shot for the lead. All net. All net. What a shot by Dick Van Arsdale over Bing with 8 seconds to play. And Phoenix is back out in front. Detroit is going to have to work hard to get this final shot off. And that's your final. What a game. Phoenix played the defense, and the Pistons could not get the shot off. Dick Van Arsdale is your hero. Point number 28 with 8 seconds to play. And Dick Van Arsdale gives Phoenix the home win in a hard-fought game. 37 points Detroit put up in that fourth quarter. They had the opportunities to push the lead, and they could not get it done, and Phoenix sneaks away with the win on the home court. Fans, thank you so much for sticking around. Those of you who are still online, it is a little before 11 here in Central Time, so midnight out on the East Coast, and this game was indeed a thriller. Coming right down to the final 8 seconds, and Dick Van Arsdale hits the winner for Phoenix. Van Arsdale finishes with 28. Walk with 28 and 12 boards. Paul Silas 18 and 14 for Phoenix in the win. And let's not forget Mel Counts with 17 off the bench, who played a major role in Phoenix's victory. 19 minutes on the court, 17 points. Dave Bing, 33 points, 13 of 20 field goals. You can see why he's the fourth leading scorer in the league and one of the top 50 players of all time with that performance. Lanier, 24 points, but only 3 rebounds, only 23 minutes before he fouled out. Jimmy Walker, 5 for 14 for Detroit, as the Pistons come up short in the final 8 seconds of play. All right, fans, thank you for sticking around. Once again, your final score, Phoenix 116, Detroit 114 from Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Phoenix. That's our stream, and I am out of here.